Money hack. It's all in the analysis. Too often you and I invest and things start to change. We see the tide going out, we see more costs, the return wasn't as it was promised, or markets shift and we need to adapt. Let's take Victoria as a case in point. When Dan Andrews was elected to federal parliament, he obviously claimed there would be no tax changes or any changes to the tax regime of any sort. Then he introduced his idea about making us the most locked down state in the world. Now, 311 days of 365, people lost businesses that were 3-4 generations old. And for some reason, we had to continue these lockdowns. So he introduced a COVID debt levy, new tax. Then he introduced, number 2, a payroll tax for business, which is a tax on top of a tax, because if I've made money from a business, I've already paid corporate tax on those earnings. He bumped that up by 0.55%. Now he's introduced a vacant land tax for undeveloped land. You've already paid tax on the earnings. You've now paid stamp duty to buy it. You're paying a tax on a loan mortgage, and he's now slugging us with a vacant land tax. And now on top of that, an increase in windfall tax gains. Now that means when the council rezones something that you have not earned, the council's rezone it from semi-rural to local general area, LGA, it literally can be up to as much as 62.5% of that gain. So this is Dan saying there'll be no changes to the tax regime. So this is insane. He's also increased the property free tax threshold he's lowered it from 300,000 back down to 50 grand, a tax-free threshold on gains, which costs the average Australian about $1,275 more per year. So off the top of my head, there's 5 new taxes in the space of just 2.5 years. This is insane. Victoria pays on average $5,638.11 more per person than anywhere else in Australia. And it's set to increase by, get this, a further 14% over the next 3 years to cover their COVID debt. Now, think about this. COVID obviously hit February 2020. Victoria's state debt at that point in time was $116 billion. It has now soared to $171 billion, or 46% more. Now, I don't know about you, that's just straight out, all out, irresponsible. And you and I've got to make some assessments. What's the takeaway, Mark? Well, look at Victoria and ask yourself, I've got 5 new taxes plus a higher rate of income tax set to increase by 14% over the next 3 years. Do I need to do business? Do I need to have investments there? Because I'm seeing a lot of my colleagues, a lot of my friends are selling down real fast. They're getting premiums, don't get me wrong, but I feel sorry for the buyers going in there, because that's a very turbulent and rough road to success. It's almost like a headwind, unnecessary headwind. But my money hack is, do further analysis. If the investment is not what it's set out to be, it's not what you envisage to start with, and it's not getting you the returns that you want or need, switch it out and move, because that makes no sense at all to me. I'll leave you with that. Happy investing. Enjoy your morning.